Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and we have kind of a weird week in the markets this week. We have some major economic news coming out on Wednesday, but then on Thursday, the markets are closed with a half day on Friday. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, so let's get into it. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve is releasing their minutes from their November monetary policy meeting, where they last raised interest rates by 0.75%. Now, why they raised interest rates by 0.75% really doesn't matter. We already know inflation has continued to rise. But what we really want to know is, what is the Fed going to do next? And we're really going to be looking at these Fed meeting minutes to understand some of the discussion around whether or not the Fed is looking to slow down the rate of rate increases. We are hoping that the Federal Reserve will do a 50 basis point rate hike in December, and then maybe a 50 or even 25 basis point rate hike next year. So that is what we're going to be looking for in these Fed meeting minutes. This is going to be very, very important for the markets, and it could set the tone for the markets for the next couple of weeks until the next Fed meeting. Now, depending upon how that comes out, obviously, if the Fed looks like they are going to slow down the rate of rate increases, we could see the stock market go up. But if the Fed looks like they're going to remain very hawkish and might not slow down until next year, we could see the stock market go down. All of that said, we have a major holiday on Thursday called Thanksgiving, and the stock market is closed on Thursday, and then we have a half day on Friday. Now, Friday is also known as Black Friday. This is the day after Thanksgiving where all of American shoppers go out to the stores, they buy a bunch of Christmas presents, and it's known as Black Friday because it's the day where stores are supposed to have a large number of sales and kind of get back into the black after a slowdown in sales over the summer. However, we don't actually know what's going to happen this year because with the high inflation that we've gotten, it looks like a lot of consumers are looking to slow down their shopping this year. So we could have a very weak Black Friday. Now, the actual Black Friday numbers won't be available until Monday. However, on Black Friday itself, that Friday after Thanksgiving, we have a half day in the markets. Now, normally, stock market traders are gone. Nobody really trades that day. Historically, the market is barely moved and volume is extremely low. However, last year, we saw something very interesting happen where volume, despite being lower than normal, the market actually had a pretty big move. It was a more than 1% move on that Friday. So even though historically, the market doesn't move much on Friday, this year it could. So we're definitely going to have to keep our eye on that. It should be a continuation of whatever happens on Wednesday after those Fed meeting minutes come out. And then Monday and Tuesday, the market should move pretty strongly based upon the increase or decrease in the amount of people shopping on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So it is a big week in the markets, even though it's a very weird and interesting week, given the markets closed on Thursday and then half day on Friday. Now, we also have a couple of pretty big earnings coming out this week, so let's go over those. Monday before the open, we have Futu, which is the parent company for Moomoo. Now, I know quite a few of you have accounts with Moomoo, or you're thinking about opening an account with Moomoo, and you're wondering if Moomoo is a strong company, if it's safe to put your money there. The first thing I just want to say about any stock broker, and this goes for Robinhood, Webull, Moomoo, TD Ameritrade, any of them, is that here in the United States, your funds are secured by the FDIC. So they're insured, so all the way up to $300,000. If your stockbroker goes out of business, you will have your money refunded by the federal government. Now, that is not true of a crypto exchange, which is why when FTX goes out of business or Celsius or BlockFi or any of the other crypto exchanges, there is no federal insurance. You lose everything. So that's not the case, though, with a stockbroker. So first off, Your money is safe in any broker, any stockbroker. Now, regarding Moomoo specifically, they are a publicly traded company. And this is what I've talked about so many times, is that your publicly traded companies are going to be safer because we know what's going on with the financials. This would be true of Robinhood. It'd be true of Coinbase, and it would certainly be true of Moomoo. So we'll have to take a look at the Futu earnings Monday morning to understand a little bit better about the strength of Moomoo and their parent company, Futu. That said, I just want to remind you guys that if you want to open an account with Moomoo, they have an incredible promotion going on for their 10-year anniversary. If you deposit $100 or more, you're going to get 5 free stocks, plus you get an extra $10 using my link in the description below. And if you deposit $1,000 or more, you're going to get a total of 11 free stocks, plus $10 for using my link in the description below, plus an entry into their sweepstakes where Moomoo is giving away $60,000 in prizes. So for just a $1,000 deposit, you get 11 free stocks plus $10 cash plus an entry into their $60,000 sweepstakes. By far their best promotion ever, and it is exclusive using my link in the description below, thanks to their 10-year anniversary. Now, getting back to the earnings after the close on Monday, we have Zoom and Dell. Both of these are some pretty interesting companies. Zoom shot up significantly during the shutdowns during the COVID pandemic, up to some insane PE ratios, but has since come back down to reality, and it's trading at a lot closer to a fair valuation at this time. So what Zoom does on Tuesday will really depend upon the earnings. Now, Dell is a computer company, and we'll have to see how their earnings are. It's really up in the air on that one. I have no idea how they're going to report. And then Tuesday before the open, we got 4 big ones. We've got Best Buy, Dollar Tree, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Baidu. Now, Baidu is a Chinese company, and pretty much all Chinese stocks have been hurt lately with the shutdowns in China. I don't expect Baidu to do well, but Best Buy, Dollar Tree, and Dick's are all kind of up in the air. Best Buy will probably follow a lot along with Dell as far as how they report, since they're both kind of in that computer, consumer electronics space. Now, Dollar Tree is going to be a really interesting one to watch because historically that has mostly been shopped by the lower income people here in the United States. However, as inflation has skyrocketed, a lot of the lower income people are struggling to pay their bills and just survive. And I'm really interested to see if perhaps more of the middle class who's also hurting has now stopped shopping at places like Walmart. It's kind of moved over to Dollar Tree, trying to save money. So that's going to be a really interesting one to kind of see the state of the U.S. economy. And then Dick's Sporting Goods, I have no idea. Sporting goods store, I really don't know how well they're going to be doing. But that kind of goes along with what's happening after the close with Nordstrom and HP as well. If you found this video helpful, then be a good friend and share this video with your friends and family so that they will know what's going on in the market this week as well. And make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want to know some more stock market news and more about some technical analysis and what's going on overall, make sure you go watch the last video that I uploaded here.